Well, first of all, the players that you probably have talked to already, David Dean and Kanan Severn, are fair representative of our group of players on this team that are very confident. Our players are very excited about the opportunities that are presented to us. You know, we're talking about opportunities of who we play. We're talking about players that stayed, players that are on our team that came to the program, and we're talking about results. And it's important for us to have positive results this year, but the mindset of the leadership that are on this team currently are guys that you know, that have a can-do attitude, and that's probably the biggest thing. We focus on the positive. We let the negative speak for itself. We don't focus on those things, and this is a very focused and determined football team.
Coach, right here, front row left.
Mike, Dan Tortora, Broadcast Media. How are you?
Dan, thank you. I'm great.
Looking at this team and looking at what your expectations are, you've been somebody that on and off the field has taught how to handle adversity and handle it well. What can you say about, you know, whether you're picked last or whatever some of those things are out there that you can't control, what you're doing to control what you can?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. I mean, one of the things, not only with the players, with myself, you know, my job is to make sure that we're successful. My obligation is to make sure the program is successful, is to operate in our strengths. And not only with the players, but even the coaches, to operate in the things that will make us a better football team. You know, not to worry about, we talked about some of the negative things that might be out there. I mean, life is full of negativity. It's how you respond to them. You know, it's how you model the type of behavior, what comes out of your mouth, your actions, things like that that are important. And so we focus on the positive. We focus on the can-do. We focus on the opportunities that are in front of us. And you know, whether as a police officer or a bone marrow donor, whatever that is, you know, my life and my dedication to this program and to the sport, to the young men that I serve, is very much involved with that. And so you know, our eyes are moving forward.
Coach, at the table to our left in the back.
Back here, Coach. Mark
Yes.
Larson, Time Warner Cable News, Syracuse. You're going to call them opportunities, but looking at your schedule, the first 4 games, it looks like murderer's row. Notre Dame, Boise State, at UCLA, especially for a program like yours that is maybe not, or maybe it is ready for this. What do you think?
Well, the schedule is the schedule. And I look at the glass, you look at the glass as half empty. I look at the glass as half filled. And I look at it as, what does it need? It needs an opportunity to be filled. And, you know, my goal is to get this team, this program, players, coaches alike, to buy into the fact that there are opportunities for this team. We played, you know, we're not afraid to play anybody. You look at the schedules over the course of the time that I've been here. We'll travel. We've brought teams into Charlottesville and play. We've had a winning record at home. A lot of these teams will be in Charlottesville. And we talked about the can-do attitude, and that's the mindset. So our players are excited about this. You know, you can characterize the schedule as the teams at who they are, and they're very good teams. But you can also, you can't characterize young men that believe in themselves, and this group of young men believe in themselves, and that's our focus. And we're looking forward to the opportunities, not only on the road, but at home.
Coach, next to me to the right.
Mike, good morning.
Hey, Frank.
Frank Maloney, Who's Talking, Fox Sports 910. You made a decision on the quarterbacks. You chose Matt Johns. Can you explain a little bit what went into that? And will that decision help you get over the hump, so to speak, and win these close games?
Yeah, Matt did a tremendous job in spring practice. Obviously, we looked at every rep. We graded every rep, every 7-on-7, every 1-on-1, every mental error, every opportunity, every alignment issue, everything that he could correct as far as not only his play, but directing the football team, offensive football team. I remember a game against UCLA when Matt went in the game, and he was going in the game, and I grabbed him before he went out and said, "Are you ready to go?" And Matt grabbed me by my arm and looked at me and said, "I've been ready for this my whole life." And so those are the type of things that you, as a coach, you want players that have that type of confidence in themselves. And, you know, Matt is a leader that our players embrace, support, want on the field, and is a guy that's going to be out in front for us. And so we're excited about Matt and his opportunities, you know, to lead this football team. and I believe Matt will do so.
Coach, to the left near your banner, pink shirt.
Coach, Dennis Carter at WSET TV in Lynchburg. Back here.
I'm sorry, okay.
2011 was the last time Virginia went to a bowl game. I know that's been a thorn in the side of UVA fans. What gives you the confidence that this year you're going to break through and take the Cavaliers bowling again?
Yeah, that's important. We talked about finishing and things like that. You remind me of that. 2011, we won 4 games literally on the last play of the game, and just how close you are in games that you can win or lose. And the fact that our team is an older team. I think we have, I believe we have 13 graduates on our team, which is most in the ACC. The addition of 2 key staff members, Dave Borbley and Chris Beatty, have had tremendous impact on our football team collectively, recruiting-wise as well. And again, just the opportunity for guys like Kanan Severin and David Dean that have kind of been in the fray of things and the mindset that they've developed and they've demanded from their teammates. And it's important for all of us to operate in our strengths. You know, not to worry about things that you can't control, but control the things that you can. And we'll see that this year. We've seen it coming out of spring practice, one of the best spring practices we've had since I've been there. And it's important that we continue that on.
Coach, right side, camera platform.
Marilyn Payne, CBS 19 Sports. David and Kaden had a lot to say about those 4 games that you just mentioned where you lost them very close late in the season. How much of that has given the leadership and the team an edge, and how much of it, it gives a confidence, so to speak, in terms of what they can do, but also what they saw themselves lose?
Yeah, it talks about how close you are. I mean, just literally being one play away, a possession away, a series away, and the ability, how important it is to finish. And so, as I said, I have to make sure that our team is operating in its strength, but each individual has to operate in their own strengths. And that's one of the things that's been a focal point for us. Finish, as we've talked about, and then results, which are important. It's been discussed about the schedule. It's been discussed about a lot of things. But the only way you confirm and can take care of those things is finishing and then operating in the things that you know you're capable of doing. And I believe this team, the staff, is capable of having us or giving us opportunities to be in postseason play, and that's important.
Coach, when camp opens up in the next couple of weeks, what's the first thing that has to happen within the first couple of days of camp to set that tone for you guys?
One of the things will be to define our linebacker situation. You look at our linebackers, we have one linebacker that's had a career start, and that's Zach Bradshaw. You know, our secondary and defensive line is over 120 starts. That's a strong group. Our offensive line is strong. 4 starters returning. Jay Whitmire, a guy that started 2 years ago, looks like he'll be back. So kind of defining that linebacker position for us will be key, be critical. Having a chance to evaluate Connor Brewer, who's coming in as a quarterback from Texas by way of Arizona. Corbin Cutler, who's a redshirt, who's a very talented guy, to find out who that guy will be. But particularly probably the linebacker position is one that we're going to have to decide on quickly.
Coach, thanks a lot. Have a great season.
Thank you.